What's going on, everybody? Good evening. Happy Saturday night. So the Yankees have swept both games of the doubleheader. They've already won the series against the Cleveland Guardians. They're now 12-3. So they've got one more game tomorrow. This is off to a heck of a start. So shout out to everybody in the chat. It's so much more fun when the Yankees win. Jack Davis, yeah, we go for the sweep tomorrow, baby. Nestor Cortez is pitching. Stephen B's the Consiglieri's here. The Consigliere. Jonathan's in the house. Robert was good. Sunil. Yeah. Nosebleed. Yeah, not too bad for 12-3, right? I'll take it, right, Peanut? I'm telling you, man. Very good. Joe Brown. Shout out to all you Texas Buckeye. We got the made men in Texas up in here tonight. That's right. Potit was phenomenal. And again, like, for those that don't know it, Potit was announced as the 27th man for tonight. They did make Luis Hill available in the bullpen because they're playing a 6-game stretch right now. 6 days, 6 games in 5 days. So they wanted to make him available so that they wouldn't have to make another option move in terms of a roster. So that's why they called him Cody Potit, because you can call up a 27th man without having to make a roster move. So, and he was already on the 40 as well. So it made a lot of sense. But Hill is available for long relief in the bullpen during the stretch. That's why they kind of skipped his start. And the weather's a little patchy tomorrow, so there's a chance it could get rained out. But I'm not surprised. So he's not injured. So just for those that are worried, he's not injured. That's what it was, kind of procedural on their part. So, and he's coming back from Tommy John. So they're going to probably baby him back a little bit. So the Bryce is right. What's good, Bryce? Pink sweater. That's right. That's right, Bryce. Blue and pink are my two favorite colors. David Herrera, Jake Boss. Yeah, for you to see, like, Canada's in the house. John Steele's in the house. Hola. Strikes out. I just saw Kayla Ragdoll Holly. And I feel, whoa, my God. I thought it was going to be a little tougher for Kayla, but at least she gave Holly her props at the end of the fight out loud. So I appreciated that. And Billy's Clemens is in the house too. Shout out to everybody. Hit them like buttons if you don't mind. Yankees talk. What's good, Chris Schmidt? But again, Yankees win 3-2. Oswaldo Cabrera is the big bat of the first game, and it's good to see that his stretch of no playing has not really affected his timing, because he was key in the first game. He was key in the second game. Cody Potit was definitely the player of the game. He took him, was it 6? Was it 6 innings? 6 innings or 7? Let me pull up the stats here for Cody Potit. And again, impressive game by Cody Potit. And again, this is shutting down an impressive, pesky, fast, pesky good Guardians offense. So he did go 6 innings pitch, 6 hits, 1 run, 4 strikeouts, 77 pitches in 6 innings pitched. So he was very economical. Very economical. That's less than 13 pitches per inning. Pretty darn impressive. And again, tomorrow they can go for the total sweep. And I hope that they get it. So we'll see. It's the afternoon game tomorrow. I'm very much looking forward to that. I mean, for those that haven't heard, I put out a show earlier. I put John Birdie on the IL. They called up Kevin Smith, brought him up to the major leagues, and made him part of the major league roster to replace Birdie for at least the next 10 days. He's on a 10-day IL. So, John, yeah, Soto was key too, a 3-run bomb. Yeah, I think Soto wants to stay here. Yeah, and I find it comical how so many Mets trolls say that he's unhappy here and he wants to sign with them this offseason. And let him do that all they want. Really, he looks good here. He looks happy here. Looks at home here. So, and we got a hell of a community here to help support him and show him some love. Dev, what's good? Thank you so much, Texas Buck. I appreciate the super chat, my friend. That's the king of Texas right there, by the way. Edward Cabrera, Gleyber Torres. Yeah, I mean, the good thing is the Yankees are winning despite the cold spells by some players. So I do think Gleyber Torres his bat will come around. He did go. He has been through cold spells before. So thankfully, most of the Yankees are not going through it with him. We had that problem last year where 2/3 of the lineup would be in a cold spell at the same time, which was terrible. Even the year before, Now that's not the case. We have enough depth to withstand these types of cold spells and give him a chance to get back in, back in the groove. And yeah, folks were definitely freaking out. Stanton was not yeah, in there. I know. They were pissed off that Stanton was not in there and Wells was not in. And then you got people complaining that Wells looks lost and all this other stuff. He's Wells is fine. Wells is fine. No. Because look, Cortez is starting over Hill. I mentioned it earlier because so they moved Potit over as a 27th man without having to make a procedural roster move. So they had during the doubleheader, you're allowed to bring up a player as 27th man without having to make a corresponding move, without having to option somebody or DFA somebody or whatever. So and they made Luis Hill available in long relief in case these next because they play on basically 6 straight games in I think it's 6 days or 5 days. So they wanted to make him available in long relief during the stretch so that they wouldn't have to make a roster. They wouldn't have to option somebody to bring up another pitcher. So, and that's essentially why. And again, they didn't want Hill pitching the same day as Clark Schmidt because then their rest periods would be off again. So they made him available. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes long relief or even spot starts one of these games. So, but that's essentially why he's not hurt. Nothing is wrong with Hill. So that's what they do. Harold, I don't know. It's too early to tell whether they trade for another starter, and I wouldn't even know who they would trade for. I wouldn't know who's going to be available by the deadline. I mean, it's that's what's going to be. Yeah, I saw that Texas Rangers. I don't remember who he was, but he punched a wall and he broke his hand. It's like, oof, God, that's what happened to Devin Williams 2 years ago from the Brewers. He punched a wall and broke his hand too. So now he's got like a broken back or something like that. So it's these crazy injuries. These guys just punching stuff. Salute, CWE. CWE's, I guess you're a little happier now that the Yankees are winning, right? Playing well. It's nice to see everybody in here happy. It's good. So, yeah. Yeah, I know, Sean. Exactly. Exact same. Yeah, I know. J-Ram and Neil. I mean, J-Ram hits the Yankees well. Don't get me wrong. But, like, Yankees killers, I mean, it's I think it'd be over. I think they already shut down and kind of quieted Naylor. So, I mean, Estevan Florio went deep on him this evening, so good for him. He looked, he didn't look good in the first game, so we looked good in the second game. But I wish him well. Consigliere, thank you so much for the super tattoo, my friend. I appreciate you. Hit that like to celebrate hit the like button, gang, to celebrate a doubleheader win. That's a great way to celebrate this doubleheader win, baby. And they've won their 5th consecutive series to start the season. They have one more game, and then they go to Toronto for 3. So, and I hope that they win the series there. That'll be a tougher one, but still, it is what it is. But NFE, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Judge was better today. Yep. He's coming around slowly. Verdugo is great with his glove. He hit some opposite field shots in the first game too. Opposite field hits. And Oswaldo Cabrera was good in the second game, putting it back to the ball. So yeah, what exactly a dummy. Like, and then Kevin Brown do the same thing, Bandero. Yeah, it's just like, you realize this is your pitching hand. You're going to punch the wall. You need your pitching hand. Yeah, Spencer Strider from the Braves he has Tommy John surgery. He's done for the year and part of next year too. So they lost their ace, the Braves. And it's a good thing they traded Chris Sale, right? To get at least another arm there. And don't be surprised if they trade for another starter. And it's too early to tell like which starters are going to be available at the deadline. There'll be some guys that are not available now that'll be available that we don't know about. So we'll be like, what the hell? They'll become available during trade deadline time. Right, CWE? I know, NFE. There were folks on Twitter saying I want Gleyber Torres off the team, blah blah blah. Like, we have 150 games left in the season. It's a little early for that. I think that's a massive overreaction, in my opinion. But people are, they do what they do. So, yeah, because they're not really messing with Hill. I mean, he's coming off Tommy John, so they had to do that to not have to make a procedural move because then they'd have to option somebody, and they don't want to waste options on players. So, especially players don't have many options left. So, That's the main reason why they did it. They made him available for long relief because if we do have a starter that doesn't give length, you could bring in Hill, and Hill could probably throw 4 or 5 innings, which would almost be the same thing as him throwing a start. So, and I wouldn't be surprised if it happens over the next couple of days. It's and again, like he's not at the point yet where like Clark Schmidt, they're giving a lot of length. Like Clark Schmidt was better yesterday. Excuse me, better this afternoon. And now we need Hill to take that next step too. So, and I do think it'll happen. So I do think it'll happen. Burke, that's right. No, it's non-throwing hand. It doesn't matter. It's still. Why would you do that? Fire sale with the Marlins coming. A player like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Well, Harold's asking a question if a file sale is coming. Coming. I mean, the assumption is will be coming soon because they're playing so badly. But I don't know, and I don't know who I would want from them now. I don't really know. Maybe one of their leadoff hitters. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not sure. But yeah, Volpe's coming into his own as a leadoff hitter. Gleyber Torres will take a little bit of time in the middle of the lineup, but that's okay. Yeah, we need Torres and Walls to come around. We need Judge to come around full circle too. They're slowly coming around. But again, this is why we have the benefit of having this depth offensively, right? Jake Boss, exactly. And it makes it easier to withstand somebody being cold and not there yet. Like, and if it was 50 games into the season and it was still this bad, I would be a little bit more worried. But we're only 15 games into the season. We got 147 games left. So, but this is true too. And so yeah, it stinks for Birdie, but now Cabrera is not blocked in any capacity. So the Bednar's, I don't know if the Pirates are going to trade him yet, Ethan. They're in first place, the Pirates, so I'm not sure they're going to trade him. It's just like Hader's having a bad season too. So a lot of these guys, I don't know. If they traded him, I'm not sure. Because the fact is, like, I know there's an appetite for some folks to replace Clay Holmes, but he's got a 0 ERA this year. 0.00. And mid 2 ERA in 2022, mid 2 ERA in 2023. That can't be discounted. Why would we overpay for somebody? For a reliever. I don't see the logic in it at least right now. No. And even like Dennis Santana was pretty solid today. And Ron Marinaccio's back. He threw the ninth, which was great to see him. I wasn't sure he'd ever be back. So, yeah, it was a frustrating error for Torres in the first game. But yes, they did win. They did win. But, it made it closer. It made it closer. So, but Torres is drawing more. It's a good point, Steven. He's drawing more walks, and he will come around. It's just when, I don't know. I don't know. And yeah, well, exactly. If Wells plays in the regular, he will get better. Yes, indeed. Exactly, Texas. But he was saying whereas Wilder was playing exactly, baby. He went yard the first game. He was roping the ball in the second game. He's just fine. He's keeping himself sharp while the other guy's playing. Again, it looks like the logic was to have Birdie in the infield during the Marlins because the Yankees were fielding ground ball pitchers, and he's the superior defender in the infield. So, he drew some bunts. He put the ball in play. He was utilizing his speed on the field. So he did his part. He's not known for his a robust bat, but he did his part. And again, the Yankees won that series. So, you know, oh, good. Well, I wonder why they posted that Gaethje and Holloway was canceled. I don't know why that was posted today. And I like UFC 300 link. I have no idea. It's good to see it's not canceled. Yeah, Tristan Virelli, I've heard about him. Yeah, there's a couple of people that couple of people that are worth looking through. In the Yankees farm. So the Yankees have a very very good farm. It's deep on the pitching side, deep on the offensive side. There's a lot to look forward to as a Yankee fan. There really is. Got 100 people in here, by the way. Let's try to get over 100 likes, gang, if you don't mind. Anybody hasn't hit that thumbs up, let's hit that thumbs up. Pretty please. It's always greatly appreciated. It's always helpful to the live streams. I thank you for it. So, uh, if we need a third base, that would be an interesting one. So, that would probably be the only guy. I don't even know at that point because you have DJ, you have Birdie, you have like Vivas. Like, there's so many guys, so much infield depth for the Yankees. But if you want another power bat, he's a guy. It depends on how much it would cost for Burger and how much. What does he have left on his contract, Burger? It's the other question too. You know, oh, Cadzilla, he sat him, and he didn't lose any timing, so and they still won. So it worked out. You know. Well, he sat Soto. He sat Soto in the second game a little bit. Rested Judge, gave him a half a day. So I expect him. I would expect the Judge to probably have an off day, maybe tomorrow. Now that they've won the series, I would expect Soto to have an off day, um, probably against Toronto on the turf. So I would definitely give him a day off too, just to keep these guys healthy. Yeah, yeah. Right, Robbie Ray. Oh boy, we're. Uh, I don't know, Lou. I don't know if they're gonna trade him at the deadline. If they're rolling, they probably want to keep him and give him a QO at the end of the year. And let him walk and let him get some draft capital, unless somebody's willing to overpay for him. But I don't know. I'm not sure. So, but yeah, I mean, Baltimore lost today, and um, but I mean, yeah, create as much gap as you possibly can right now. Play well during this rough stretch. Play well during the rough stretch, and don't play poorly during an easy stretch. So that's something the other Yankee teams of yesteryear have done too often, and we hope that is not the case here. And again, I do think they've strategically built this team so that they don't have these problems as often as they did before. So I'm happy with how they've done this. I really, really am, and I'm encouraged by the play that we're seeing here. So yeah, I mean, this is the thing, man. Too many people are defining what a closer should be. Isn't the definition of closer to close the game and to win the game? That's what he's been doing. So it doesn't have to be a flashy power guy. I mean, Mariano Rivera was the greatest of all time, but he put the ball to play on a regular basis. So and it's really hard to compare anybody to Mo, but nobody out there is will ever be Mo. Nobody, you know. So probably give him like another 4 or 5 years, and if he. Ex- yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's some people have power pitchers as a closer. Some people have crafty closers. You never know. But if they close the game, and they help the team win, then they've done their job. It's like Dennis Eckersley was not a power closer, but he was a great closer, right? So, yeah, I do think I do think they're going to offer Soto a monster deal. I really do. Joe, DJ's already taking batting practice. He's running, so I think he's traveling with the team. So he's on track to come back when he's off the IL, which is good, Joe. Which is good. But we'll see. We'll see how they utilize him at that point too. You know? Yeah, really. Yep. Yeah, he's pretty good for a lifer. I wouldn't be surprised if he moves up to AAA this season. So, you know, lots of broken bats, exactly. But it's still contact. Yeah, exactly, Rose. He had he had a he had a cut fastball that nobody in the world could hit. So, and it was a nightmare for lefties. It came into the lefties and it broke their bats all the time. So, but like, I wouldn't change it if it was that good and it was working. Heck no. So CW, I do think Soto's going to get more than that, either total or annually. But we'll see. We will see. The pitching was fantastic today. Fantastic. And this is, I mean, Cody Potit, Cashman brought him in. So these are moves that have worked so far, and it's you know to their credit. You know, the one-time Mo face bonds is good. It was good. I like hearing that. I like hearing that. Yeah. Yeah, Soto. I mean, Soto's just made for the Bronx twilight. I mean, if just for the Bronx lights, right? he, oh man, he looks perfect in pinstripes. He really does, and he's rubbing off on all of his teammates, and he's really, really just immersed himself so seamlessly into the Yankees team, Yankees family, Yankees culture. It's fantastic. Mm. I don't know. See, I mean, he just went and got a fade the other day with Gleyber Torres. So, I mean, he's puffy at the top, but his sides are trimmed or faded. So, um, I don't, I don't think he'll grow dreads. I mean, I'd be surprised if he grew dreads. You never know. Never know. The way I Grisham, he's an elite bat, and look, if he doesn't perform, then he could be a trade deadline candidate, especially once Jason Dominguez comes back. Dominguez can be the fourth outfielder, but I wouldn't be upset if they kept Grisham. He's got one more year of control. He's a good fourth outfielder, and again, he just needs to get somewhat regular playing time to get timing with his bat. But he's one of the best outfield bats the Yankees have. I mean, excuse me, outfield gloves the Yankees have. Democracy, I haven't seen yet. I know Spencer Jones has stiff neck for a few days, but I did hear today was his first game. So yeah, I mean, I'm cool with Soto's hair. See the new, that's cool. Yeah, exactly, Texas. I mean, this is perfectly. He takes the pressure off his teammates, and again, like a lot of his teammates, guys that bat in front of him, the guys that bat behind him, and it's just that relaxed aura is rubbing off on his team. This team is having a lot more fun. Him and Verdugo and Marcus Stroman have just kind of remade the chemistry of this team. They've given this team an identity. They really, really have, and I'm so happy that these guys are here. I really am. I was not sure about Stroman, but he's proven me wrong. So I'm glad to say that he did. But he also wanted to be here, and there was never any doubt in that regard either. So I am cool with that. Very cool with that. Let me see. I think he had one in the first game and one in the second game. I think, Joe. I knew he had at least two because I saw the afternoon one, and I know he had one tonight. So at least two, Joe. And again, his stolen base titles are going to keep adding up too. Yeah, Cortez does pitch tomorrow. Yeah, they did move it around a little bit, Billy. Yep, Cortez is in line for tomorrow. 5 total stolen bases for Volpe. Yeah, I could see him getting another 2020 season. And again, I think that what do you call it? If he bats 250, 260, 270, it's a hell of a lot better season for him. He's putting the ball in play a lot more effectively. So, and there's not one tonight, Jonathan. So I want to wrap up soon. I got family duty and studying to do. I got to do, Jonathan. So I will do an open panel next Saturday because I'll be done with my test. That I'm taking another test this week, so I've got lots of studying to do. My apologies there, dude. So yeah, so far we're looking fantastic. And when we go open panels, we usually go longer. So I can't go super long tonight. But we got 69 likes. We need 31 to get to 100. Can we get 31 likes to get us over 100, gang? Yes, indeed. He's on pace for 50. Dude, I mean, if he got 50 stolen bases, man, I will take that any day of the week. Yeah, I remember Democracy, and again, you were right about him. It's just, I mean, I'm glad this is one of the signings that not a lot of people were sold on that worked out extremely well. Has worked out so far extremely well. So, and Verdugo's been solid too, especially with his glove. And I guess great chemistry, great players in the clubhouse, and great energy. I love it. So, yeah, Yankees have won the series. UFC's been good. I turned the TV on right after the game. Right, I was got my youngest out of the shower, was getting her dressed and all that stuff, and I turned the TV on, and Home was fighting Kayla. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, Billy, we've moved on from I think we've, the moderators have blocked all the porn trolls. Yeah. So, it is what it is, but, sometimes we'll get channel trolls, so we know that. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's gonna be I think Volpe is gonna be higher than 220. I think he's gonna probably be around 260, 270. That'd be a nice improvement, a nice step up, a really nice step up. Kayla's legit, NFE, I'm telling you. She was, like, strategic and dodging the hits and, absorbing the kicks and even backing off so she couldn't get full extension. She knows how dangerous Holly's kicks were. But then she got close range, and when she threw that punch and then got under her, and then she freaking ragdolled her, and then she rear naked choked her. Like, it happened a lot quicker than I thought. And I like he 220. It's too early right now, Kedzilla, for batting average. Don't worry, I wouldn't worry about the batting average right now. But she rear naked choked Holly a lot quicker than I thought. Hey Jennifer, how are you? Yeah, exactly, Billy. The porn trolls have moved to other channels. Yeah, I would not be surprised if Volpe hits 300. I won't be surprised if Verdugo hits 260, 270. I'll take that. 15, 20 home runs, a lot of doubles, good defense. I'll take it. I'll take it. Yankees farm. Democracy. I think I have. I think I have. But if you're right, if you think I should check it out, I'll make sure I check it out. What's up, Matthew Cintron? What's good? Yeah. But it's this is Yankees are playing good baseball right now. They're 12-3 in a very, very tough month. Dominguez, June or July? June or July. Yeah. Then there I know troll some we get Dodgers trolls in here too. We get Mets trolls too, which is crazy, but they love trolling us. I don't know why, but whatever. Yeah. We still do our thing, man. We still do our thing. Yeah, well, exactly, Billy. This is a great point too. Yankees have been doing what they're doing with DJ on the list, Cole on the list, right? Judge not really up to par. Torres not up to par just yet. You know, the bats are starting to get warm. Once these guys are clicking on all cylinders, and we still have Tommy Kahnle to come back, we still have Scott E for us to come back. This team is going to be really, really, really good. Really good. Yeah, well, exactly. And a fee. Let's see. Exactly. Democracy, prospect. I'll check it out. I know Dane talks about a lot of the Yankees prospects, and maybe it's his channel. I don't remember the name of it, but if it's Dane, then he's a very well, he has a very good encyclopedia of knowledge in terms of Yankees prospects. So he's he knows his stuff. Jesse's coming too. Jesse, who's Jesse? T. Palvis, who's Jesse? Rizzo's turning it around. Yep, slowly but surely. Yep. C. Morales, I appreciate the kind words. I really, really do. Thank you so much for hanging in and sticking with us, man. I really appreciate you all. So, um, oh, Jason Dominguez, yeah, yeah. It sounds June or July. So Jackson Holiday, again, he's a rookie. He's gonna have some growing pains. So, but I mean, he's good. But he's gonna have some. I mean, he could dominate AAA, but dominating AAA, there's a transition that needs to take place for almost everybody. From dominating a AAA to the majors, it's another level. And I know he's got what is he, 5, 6 strikeouts already, so in 2 games. So after being called up, he'll turn it around. The lineup is good enough to let him develop and make his mistakes. Just like last year. I mean, the Yankees were in a different position because Volpe was a rookie, a highly touted rookie, and unfortunately, the Yankees lineup wasn't good enough, so he put a lot of pressure on himself. Where Jackson Holly doesn't have to do that. He can just develop, grow, and be surrounded by a good team. So, Los, oh yeah, democracy, yeah. Dane and Los, yeah, they know their stuff. They know their stuff. I'm telling you, Texas, this is this is a good move. Sub to the 61. If anybody's not sub to the 161, appreciate yous. Cody Potit, yeah, it was. I mean, couldn't ask for more. Really, could not ask for more. Couldn't be happier. Yeah, I mean, like, would I be surprised if Baltimore won 100 games plus? No, but again, like I said earlier, I'm not handing them the American League Championship, just like I'm not handing the Dodgers the National League Championship or the World Title just yet. It's too early for that stuff. It's too early. Yeah, we have about 100 and thank you, Democracy. Yeah, we appreciate it. I try, I like to bring people on here that know their stuff, like, and it elevates the conversation. But we're about 100 and what are we 160 subs from 21K. Let's see, what are we at? We are at 20,827. So 173 away from 21K. So, Democracy, man, I appreciate that. I learn a lot from you guys and gals too. You bring insights and knowledge that it helps make the channel better. Like I've said from the start, this is not only about me; it's about you guys and gals. It's you folks that make the channel great. I feed off of your energy and knowledge. So I thank all of you for doing your thing and for bringing your insight and your perspective here. So Baltimore, yeah, I mean, overachieved, but yeah, they added Corbin Burns. I mean, that's a big move for them. But again, it's a long season, so it's you never know. They can go on like a 25-3 run for all we know. I don't know if it's going to happen, but they could. They definitely could. The Yankees could win 100 games at this rate, Chris. Yeah, they could definitely win 100 games. So, I mean, 12-3. I mean, my God, if you times that by 3, that's 36-9. It's a hell of a start. So, and if we won the division by a couple games, I'd love that. Winning the division puts us in a better playoff bracket position as well. So, I hope that they do win the division. The Yankees can make one move right now. It's a good question. Uh, Probably bring it. That's good. Damn, that's a good question. Another guy who can could be a swingman who can throw long relief, spot start, short relief. To go with like Potit and Luke Weaver, and I think another one of those guys would be a good idea. I really do. 102 Jennifer, I'll take that. Sign me up for 102 any day of the week. 92 likes. We need 8 to get to 100. All right. Yeah, I mean that's James. Yeah, I mean if I could, yeah, Cole back at full strength, rocking and rolling would probably be the biggest thing we could do. So I second that, James. That's a great point. Yeah, I mean they even have like, my God, they have guys that could be benched up in AAA. So updates on Efros. He's apparently scheduled to come back in June. He had a little bit of procedure on his back to clear up some stuff. So we're hearing late May, June right now, Jonathan. That's what I'm hearing on Efros. Tommy Canley, sounds like May, but we'll see. Beater wise, young DM. So I would imagine if there's an ability to get an extra year of service time, like with Will Warren, that's probably why they're keeping him down. That's one reason why they haven't called up Will Warren yet, because they're waiting for the May deadline. What's it, like mid-May or something like that. And once they do that, they call him up after that. Then they get an extra year of service time with Will Warren. I don't know if the same thing applies to Clayton Beater, but I think it does. So, which is one reason why they probably they had him up for a day or two and then they send him back down. But Beater looks good. I do think he'll be up this year. Warren, I think he'll be up this year too at some point. Um, and that also gives us more pitching reinforcements too. So I'll take it. I will take it any day of the week. You know. Yeah, service time in Bandera. Yeah, I know it is about Will Warren, but I'm guessing it's probably about that way with Clinton Beater too. So Beater had 8 Ks in 5 innings today. See, he's still bringing it. He's still staying sharp. I'll take that. Um, yeah, Brandon Donovan is a guy that that I'd wanted. He plays infield and outfield. Like I like his versatility and his youth. Um, and he's got like 4 years of control too. So he's a guy that I thought the Yankees would have been well off to trade for this offseason. Arias, again, you'd have to move Torres to make Arias a possibility. So I don't know that that's going to happen. 94 likes. We need 6 to get to 100. We have 6 people haven't hit the thumbs up yet. If you haven't, please hit that thumbs up. Let's get over 100. Um, I mean, Arias, I don't know what it would cost. But again, like the Marlins didn't want to pay Arias' salary. I don't know if they're going to want to pay Gleyber Torres' salary. So a trade for them is unfortunately not going to work. So 100 likes for 100 wins. I'll take that. See Morales. Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll have to go. We'll have to do a live stream if the Yankees win 100 games this year. We'll have to do a live stream on the day that they win 100, and celebrate that bad boy. You know. Yeah, I don't know, Kenzel. I'm not sure. I don't think they would, but you never know. Yeah, the experts predicted 68 wins, 71 wins. Yeah, we're hearing it from these folks that are just out there, even like the WFAN people, which I don't listen to those guys anyway, but it's almost like Mets trolling. So, but whatever, you know. Yeah, democracy. Yeah, which I can't see happening. I wouldn't trade those guys for Arias. Yeah. Who do we sit when Jason Dominguez comes back? I don't know, Dan. That's a good question. Maybe they trade Trent Grisham. Yeah, because they're not going to. He's not going to take Judge's spot. He's not going to take Soto's spot. He's not going to take Verdugo's spot. So that's not going to happen. So my guess is maybe a Grisham trade, but you never know. You never know. And again, if I'm them, I'm easing Dominguez back, making sure he can stay healthy without rushing him and his ability to throw the ball. So just like the Phillies did with Bryce Harper. Maybe yeah, Tommy John served as a position player. They DH'd him for the rest of the year last year, and then made him an infielder this year. So if Stanton's not hitting, if he's not healthy and not hitting, then I would probably sit him for Dominguez and have Dominguez DH. So, but it's a good. I mean, it's a 100 likes. Thank you, gang. It's a good problem to have, right? They have all this depth. They have all this infield depth too. So it's at this point, it is a good problem to have. We haven't had this problem in a long time, and it's good that they haven't. They've been slowly just kind of building that farm through the draft and through international signings, and now the farm is just as deep as it's been for like decades, and that's very exciting to see what's going on. So I don't think he's going to take Verdugo's spot. Democracy, I doubt that. I mean, democracy. I mean, Dominguez has to hit too, and he's going to have to play better than a player in order to take a spot. So and that's the thing too. I don't. I'm not really worried about Verdugo too much. He does enough to bring immense value to his team. Yeah, exactly, Texas Buckeye. It's this, and I'm definitely not going to trade my future for 1 year of a play because I think Arias is 1 year left. So it's like I wouldn't have traded Spencer Jones for 1 year of Corbin Burns. I know some people would have. Some people thought I was nuts, but I was no way doing that. Okay, Boone is doing much better, and and to your point too, C. Morales, this is the first time that Boone has had a roster as good as one that was inherited by Joe Torre, as good as one that was inherited by Joe Girardi, right? This is the first time that Boone's had a roster that's, deep playoff or potentially championship worthy. First time in his coaching tenure here. So, yeah, Verdugo seems to be bringing a lot of value to the clubhouse, bringing a lot of energy, keeping the guys relaxed, and he's an elite defender in left field too. So he's proven that. Yes, we have, Strike Zone. Yes, we have, and I'll point this out. And people are entitled to their opinions on this, but I was talking to Nafi about this. When Joe Torre started coaching the Yankees, right? He inherited the core four in the beginning of their prime: Jeter, Pettit, Rivera, all these guys. When Joe Girardi took over, he inherited a lot of the core four too on the back end of their prime. But he inherited Jeter, he had Pettit, he had Rivera, he had Posada, all four of them, 2009, and then CC, and then Burnett, and all these other guys. Boone never didn't inherit any of these guys, not one of them. So I think he's been slowly putting together a team that now it's a fair time to say to really judge Boone on his managerial chops. Can he take him deep with this deep of a roster now? This is the year to kind of judge his managerial performance, not these other years, even though he took him to a playoffs 5 out of 6 years he's been here. So I don't know, Kenzel. It depends on how deep they go in the playoffs. Who they going to replace the guy with? So have a great night, Democracy. Always a pleasure. I will wrap this up in a minute too. But again, it's yeah, I would agree. I mean, if everybody's playing well, Dominguez likely goes to AAA. Give him some playing time. Let him prove he's healthy. Let him develop. Let it get his timing up. So, and I can't really expect the guy to get better by sitting him, right? So, exactly. Strike zone. Now it's the opportunity to see he's a good baseball mind. He's a baseball lifer. Now let's see whether he can put that to actual action here with a team this good. Yes, he has. That's a good comparison to IKF. Yeah, I mean, we also have Franchi Cordero, Aaron Hicks out there. We had who else? We had Jake Bowers, Willie Calhoun, Billy McKinney. Now we've got Alex Verdugo, Juan Soto, Trent Grisham. So I think we're doing okay. So I'll take that. Yeah, well, this is the other thing too. No musical chair, and this is the first time also that Boone's had a roster deep enough to put forth consistent lineups. Right? Last year, I mean, Judge missed 60 games. Stanton missed almost 60. Well, they had a lot of injuries on the pitching side too. So when was he going to put forth a consistent lineup? Didn't have the depth to. Now they do. So exactly, Consiglietti. 12-3 time to fire cash. Exactly. It's the comment of the night right there, baby. But yeah, this is the best squad that Aaron Boone has had since he's been here. It's not even close. No. Exactly. You guys are on fire tonight. They're 12-3, not 15-0 time to fire cash. Oh, this is fantastic, man. Oh, shoot. To mention Hicks' last, wow, he was on the roster. He played, even though they traded him. What did they DFA him and released him? He was signed with the Orioles. They got rid of him. Now he's with the Angels. But he's not here. Donaldson's not here, so the Yankees don't have to worry. And you can see the chemistry is completely different without those guys. Completely different. It's just like no more Joey Gallo. Exactly. That's another great point. David Bishop, great point too. Gallo's not here too. The freaking chemistry on this team is miles apart from where it was last year and the year before. Miles apart. Well, of course, Sam Boone is good players. Anyone can manage. Yeah, well, exactly, Billy. Yeah. Anyone can manage this team. Yeah. It's amazing how people didn't say that with Buck Showalter last year when he had everybody that the Mets signed, and they didn't get the playoffs. Right? I mean, it's crazy. It goes further than that. You can talent-wise one thing, but you've got to connect with the players. The players have to be healthy. You've gotta, give them an opportunity to be themselves. And like, there's a lot of things. Like, it's one reason why a lot of the players love Boone because he goes to bat for them. And he fights for them. Verdugo even said that Boone does, and Alex Cora with the Red Sox did not. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. LA Kings, 112 likes. All right. See if we can get to 125 before we wrap up. Yes, he does, man. Soto is just, he's all confidence. He's focused. He's locked in. Consigliere, exactly, man. Yeah, Cortez against Allen for the sweep. I think the Yankees have a good shot to go for the sweep. But again, they've already won the series. So I'll take that. That's 5 consecutive series to open the season. I'll take it. I really will. Yeah, exactly, Mendaro. This is it. No JD, no Sanchez, no Hicks. Better club. Amen to that. Amen to that, brother. Yeah, Aiden. Another outburst by the offense. I mean, and when you have an offense this good, it's easier to kind of win by a little. It's easier to win by a lot, but you're doing it a hell of a lot more frequently than you're losing by a little or a lot. So that's a good thing. Yeah, thank you, Ben and Danielle. Exactly, man. This is fantastic, right? It's a fantastic. I mean, I hope they continue this. So let's ride this wave as long as it lasts. It's enjoyable. And yeah, they've done it without Garrett Cole. Exactly, nothing. Yeah, Showalter. That's something. It's Gene Michael, and it's also Brian Sabian, who's here now. He helped draft Jeter and a couple of these other folks. So Gene Michael had a part of it, and I know a lot of folks who hate Cashman love to say, "Well, Gene Michael's responsible for the what Cashman inherited." Well, not really. Cashman became a GM in '98. Okay, he's the guy that brought in Scott Brocious, David Wells, El Duque in '98, Roger Clemens in '99, right? David Justice in 2000. It's all Brian Cashman. Moves to complement the moves that Gene Michael and Brian and Buck Showalter put together, right? And he's the guy that signed, excuse me, Swisher, CC, Burnett, Marte, Teixeira, drafted Judge, signed Cole, signed Tanaka, signed a lot of guys. Matsui, yeah, crazy, right? Mike Musina, that's another great point. Chili Davis, great, yeah, exactly. Yep, Clements in '99. They traded David Wells for Roger Clements in '99. I remember that. I remember that. Yeah. Cole pitches. I mean, Cole is basically the de facto pitching coach right now, and you could see him conversing with his teammates, right? But he, to me, is the vocal leader of this team. Judge is more of a quiet leader of the team, but Cole's always been the vocal leader, which is why I continue to call him co-captain, even though he's not officially the co-captain here. You know, Randy Johnson, yeah, Chen Ming Wang, a lot of guys, right? Trading Mike Lowell. Yeah, I remember that. Cole could be a good pitching coach. Yes, I think he could too, Jennifer. I would agree with you 100%. Yeah, I remember that David was pissed for being traded for Clemens. I remember that. Then he went to the Blue Jays and was pretty decent there. And Clemens came over here and got his 2 chips in '99 and 2000. I think he so. Yep. And then right, that was after Wells pitched a perfect game in 1998, which is, so I understand. I totally understand. Clark wasn't bad. No, neither one. Both of our starters was solid today. So Clemens was a beast. He also brought that toughness, that bulldog to the Yankees too. And Clemens is my favorite pitcher of all time. So and Garrett Cole's my favorite pitcher right now. And but you know, yeah, I mean it's you know it'll be great when Garrett Cole comes back and we can ease him back and make sure that he's healthy. But it would I mean, it's just as good as adding an ace at the deadline. I'll take that. I'll take that, Kenzilla. Yeah, yeah, Clemens, exactly. He was a pro over in Toronto. Gave him his best. He did what he could. Couldn't ask for anything more. I remember chucking the broken backpack to me. I remember that, Sean. Yeah, it was almost like he was possessed, Roger Clemens, during the game sometimes. And again, he's still my favorite pitcher of all time. I followed Clemens since I was in middle school. I mean, I really have. So yeah, Clemens. Yeah, man. He loved to be. Yeah, he was so freaking intense, and he was one of these guys. Like Nolan Ryan, they had so much lower body strength. They were workout fanatics during the midseason and during the regular season that these guys weren't hardly ever hurt, which is something that's different than the pitchers nowadays. And again, like pitchers throwing hard and all this stuff, but like, had they abandoned the fitness during the season, because those guys were notorious for it, Clements and Ryan. And you utilize your legs more, utilizing your core more, you're putting less of that stress and reliance on the elbow and the arm and the shoulder. So they definitely took full advantage of using their big bodies. Clemens was a big dude, big dude. Yeah, I mean, he quietly made the rotation better, and it's something like I said, like he brought in a lot of guys that would serve as security blankets, like Luke Weaver, like Potit, right? You've got They traded for JT Brubaker 2 weeks ago from the Pirates. He'll be back here in the summer too. So they've got enough guys who could add protection for the starting rotation and add protection for the bullpen. That's why I constantly mention like the swing man, the long relief. That's exactly what these guys can do. They serve as massive protection for the guys that throw longer innings and for the guys that throw shorter intense innings. So you know, Trump. Yeah, we leave the politics out of here, Peter Terry. He'll never make Mount Rushmore, but yeah, we'll leave that out of here. Yeah, yeah, Whitey Ford, and that's one of the best to ever do it in pinstripes. Let's see, one of the best to ever do it in pinstripes. The most hated pitcher by the yeah. I mean, Pedro was like 130 pounds, and he was completely fearless. Like he would throw at your head. If you could be Albert Bell, he'd throw at your head. And he was like, yeah, like 130 pounds, and he threw harder than anybody. He threw best pitcher that I've ever seen in my generation. He was unbelievable. Now Cole, yes, he is traveling with the team. Yes, he's in the dugout with them. Um, so he likes to stay with the guys to kind of help. Clements is definitely a Hall of Famer. He's Morale, like he never failed a drug test. They also like he testified in front of Congress. Like he never lost a case in court ever. So even that the guy that Brian McNamee who tried to say injected him this that, but like he was discredited in court. Like you know, so the perception became the reality with Clements. But the fact is, he never failed a drug test, never tested positive ever. And he was the same guy coming into the game as he was going out. Big, hard throwing bulldog. This is not like Barry Bonds, who looked like me when he came in, and he looked like The Rock when he left. It's a completely different transformation. Sammy Sosa also got like twice the size. Like these guys had a massive physical transformation. Clemens was a big dude from the day one in the majors. So, you know, he was traded to the Yankees, Bendero. He was traded to the Yankees, Clemens, in 1999 for David Wells. I'm not saying they did a Roy Bendero, but they had a massive physical transformation. You know, and, they completely look different. And again, I'm not taking anything away. I think Bonds was a Hall of Famer without potentially juicing or whatever he doing. Whatever he did to make his body twice the size is what he did. I don't know what the hell it was. So maybe just ate a hell of a lot of Wheaties, right? Maybe the same goes for Sosa. But these guys were massive when they finished playing baseball. They did not look like that before. Clemens was big when he came in and big when he left. So just like Mark McGuire too. But yeah, I never said they did it Roy Bandera. Yeah, he's got 7 Cy Youngs. You know what's crazy? He's got 7 Cy Youngs, 0 no hitters. Nolan Ryan, 7 no hitters, 0 Cy Youngs. They're like forever linked to each other. Fantastic. But I love both of them. Nolan Ryan and Roger Clemens were completely fearless. They were just monsters. But yeah, Jeff. No, yeah. I mean, Tommy John's. I mean, your pitchers throwing harder, and the pitchers are throwing much harder from an earlier age and throwing off-speed stuff when they shouldn't be. And excuse me, there's a lot of stress on their joints and elbows and shoulders, so it's a different pressure to get to the leagues. So it's crazy. It's crazy. But this is why I think, and even having spoken to other sports doctors, there seems to be less of a reliance on lower body conditioning for some reason. And the folks that do emphasize it and do utilize it a lot tend to have a better balanced portfolio in terms of strength on lower body, upper body. So yeah, Pond's head got big. Yeah, it's true. His head and his neck got bigger too. But again, can't say steroids because he never failed the test as far as we know. So looked like Tristan McKenzie when when he came up. Yeah, yeah. But it's I mean, it's just but there's no doubting his ability. There's no doubt. I've never seen a left-handed hitter as good as Barry Bonds in my lifetime. So as dangerous as Barry Bonds, that's for sure. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know what the hell what that was Clemens through the bat, and I don't know if it was Red Ray. I have no idea, Lou. I remember that was crazy, absolutely crazy. Koufax, I mean, two of the best here too. Bob Gibson and Sandy Koufax, one of the best righties, one of the best lefties. Could not like that's hard to get to. And could you imagine having both of them on the rotation on one team? Oh my goodness gracious. Oof. Who's Cole Tucker? Angels signed Cole Tucker to a minor league deal. Angels signed another player. They need some depth, Angels. Barry Bonds peak, Jake Boss. Yeah, I mean it's one for the gods. Like it's just like that stretch with Randy Johnson too. When he won 4 straight Cy Youngs with the Diamondbacks, like that stretch from Randy Johnson, I don't think we'll ever see again either. I can't imagine it. Like just like that stretch with Barry Bonds, that's as good as you'll ever see in our lifetime, which is nuts. But that is good, very very good. Piazza went up there. Yeah, yeah, true. Koufax started pitches and instilling fear. Yeah, well, it's true. And again, Koufax was not a very big guy. I met him in person. He was not a very big guy, but nice guy. But yeah, true words have never been spoken. That's a great point, Billy. That is a great point, Clemenza. Yeah, I mean, steroids has all these different effects on your pigmentation, your acne, and your organs. And like a football player, Lyle Alzado, he was one of the most feared football players, and he took steroids, and he wound up getting some kind of organ cancer, and he was like 100 pounds when he died. And this guy was one of the most feared defensive players ever to play the game of football. He was scary, Lyle Alzado. You know, yeah, I mean, Jake Bud, Randy Johnson was the scariest left-handed pitcher I've ever seen, no doubt, no doubt. It was an all-star game. Yeah, he also made. I don't know if you saw in spring training, he threw a pitch and a bird flew by and a bird exploded in midair. If you haven't seen that, go to Google that. Randy Johnson strikes bird or something like that. You'll see it, and they slow it down for you. He's throwing right down on plane. He's like, and the bird comes flying by. Boom! You see the explosion midair. Freaking nuts. Yeah, Jack McDowell did not have it here. He just wasn't a good fit here. Yeah, man, that exploding bird thing was crazy. I'd never seen anything like it. I was like, what the hell? But that was nuts. Carlton struck out 19. Yeah, damn. Carlton's another one. Hall of Fame lefty. I think all Phillies, maybe all Phillies. Yeah. But that bird explosion from Randy Johnson, completely nuts. But on that note, I want to leave it here. I want to thank you all for coming on. Dave Winfield killed a seagull. Oh my God. What the hell? I didn't know that Winfield killed a seagull. That's crazy. Lyle Alcedo took old school horse steroids. Where he got cancer. Yeah, he did get cancer. But that dude was scary. Absolutely scary. One of the scariest players I've ever seen defensively. Him, Dick Buckus, Lawrence Taylor. But thank you all so much for coming on. Hit the like button on the way out if you haven't done that yet. If you haven't subbed to the channel, I greatly appreciate it if you would. And I want to make sure you don't miss anything. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully the Yankees will complete the sweep. They've taken care of the series win already. Peace and love to all these. Thank you so much for your feedback, the super chats. Texas, you guys rule. Okay? Made men of Texas up in here. Every time. Peace and love to all these. Have a great night. See y'all tomorrow.